You ever feel like no matter what you do, it's still not enough? You work hard, you hit your goals, you check every box they told you to, but deep down, something's still missing. You wonder, why do I still feel behind? Invisible? Unworthy? What if I told you that the problem isn't who you are, but what you were taught to believe? Let me tell you a story. There was a girl in my high school, always top of her class, always praised for being so mature and so responsible. Teachers loved her. Her parents showed her off at family dinners. She looked like she had it all together. But what they didn't see was how tightly she held it all in. The way she panicked over small mistakes. How she rehearsed every sentence before speaking. How she couldn't sit still without feeling like she was falling behind. She wasn't chasing success. She was running from the fear of not being enough. And no matter how much she achieved, it never felt like peace, just pressure. Somewhere along the way, you learn that acceptance, the kind that should have been unconditional, had to be earned. Not through who you were, but through what you did. Maybe it was the praise when you got good grades, the approval when you kept quiet, the smile when you were helpful, but never too much. Little by little, you got the message. Who I am isn't enough, but maybe if I try harder, I'll be okay. So you became everything. The achiever, the caretaker, the perfectionist. Whether you were in school, building a career, or just trying to belong, you shaped yourself into what others wanted, hoping that one day it would finally feel like enough. But it never does, because the game was rigged from the start. That feeling of not enough, it's not a thought, it's an imprint. It's a body memory, a nervous system wired to brace for rejection, to scan for disapproval, to over-deliver in hopes of being accepted. You think you're just being anxious, but really, your body's still bracing for the past. Your body is still trying to earn safety. And that's why even now, in the classroom, the office, your relationships, it still shows up. You shrink in rooms where you should stand tall. You feel guilty for resting. You doubt yourself after every interaction. You've tied your worth to effort for so long, you don't know who you are without the hustle. But here's the truth. Enough isn't something you earn. It's something you return to. And the work isn't about proving anything. It's about remembering what's always been true. You don't need to perform to be loved. You're allowed to take up space. You're not a project to fix. You're a person to come home to. Start there. Start with noticing when you abandon yourself, when you shrink, when you silence. And when you meet those parts with compassion instead of correction, you stop living from a place of lack and start moving from a place of truth. But let's be clear, this doesn't mean you stop showing up for your life. Healing doesn't mean doing nothing. It means no longer moving from fear, but from clarity. Not proving, but choosing. You don't hustle for your worth, but you still take action from it. Here's the takeaway. You've always been enough. You just learned to measure your worth in places that could never reflect it. And your healing, it's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you otherwise. If this resonated with you and you want more videos like this, hit subscribe.